Hello, in today's session, we will cover up subtopic 1.5 short circuit fault calculation from unit 1. Friends, actually in case of power system, while selecting or while designing electrical power protection system, it is very important to select proper current rating of circuit breaker, relays, CTs, then isolators, and for that short circuit fault current calculation is very important. While selecting circuit breaker should be capable of breaking and making the current as per their ratings, and it should also have rated short time capacity. Hence, for proper selection of circuit breakers and other switching devices, switchgear components, knowledge of current during normal and abnormal conditions is very necessary. The design of machines, busbar, isolators, circuit breakers, current transformers, etc. is based on the consideration of normal and short circuit current, and that is why short circuit fault calculation is important. So let us pop up through this video and get a clear idea of short circuit fault calculation. Short circuit fault calculation. Most of the faults in power system are due to short circuit, which leads to a very heavy short circuit current which may damage the equipment. If someone asks you which type of faults are occurring in the power system, we are immediately answering open circuit fault and short circuit fault. So short circuit fault creates very heavy current flow in the system, and that is why it is very important, it is very necessary that while selecting circuit breakers, we must be well familiar with the short circuit current of that particular system. Hence, it is necessary to determine the short circuit current. It helps to determine the capacity of circuit breaker, relays, current transformers, etc. Symmetrical fault current. In earlier videos, we have already covered different type of faults. So, faults are broadly categorized into two groups, symmetrical fault and unsymmetrical fault. So, what is symmetrical? In the power system, if the short circuit currents are equal in different conductors, then the fault is called symmetrical fault. Consider example of three-phase system. So if current flowing through R, Y and B, all three phases, is equal in amount, then it is called symmetrical fault current. It is three-phase short circuit fault. Because of balanced nature of short circuit current, the calculations becomes less laborious. Why we are concentrating on symmetrical fault calculation? The reason is balanced nature of the short circuit current calculation becomes less laborious. Only one phase need to be considered in calculation. The result of the other two phases will be same. So while doing calculation for symmetrical fault current, instead of considering three-phase system, we are going to refer single-phase system or only single phase. And why symmetrical fault current? Because it is very severe in nature. There are different type of faults, but three-phase fault is very dangerous. Very heavy current flows through such type of fault, and that is why our main concentration is on symmetrical fault. We are talking about symmetrical fault while selecting circuit breakers or different type of protective devices. Very first step for symmetrical short circuit fault current calculation is drawing single line diagram. And to draw single line diagram, different symbols are used, just like for generator, transformer. All different symbols, major symbols are shown here in this slide. Assumptions. In fault calculations, very first assumption is resistance are neglected when their value is negligible with reactance. So we are generally considering reactance because in transmission lines we are having very low resistance. Capacitance is also neglected. Machine reactance are assumed constant. Saturation effects are neglected. Generated voltage are assumed constant. Shunt capacitor banks are neglected. Single line diagram. A balanced three-phase system is always solved as a single phase circuit consisting one of the three phases and neutral wire. Such a simplified diagram of the system to represent different components of the power system by using standard symbols is called single line diagram. It includes ratings of load, generator, transformer, and reactance of different components of the circuit. One example is shown here. I have taken here one simple example, just one generator, transformer and transmission line, and I am considering one fault on this transmission line. So after drawing such type of single line diagrams, if there are multiple generators, n number of generators, bus bar, then we are also able to show all these things in a single line diagram. This is very simple example for your understanding. Now, after drawing single line diagram, second step is drawing reactance diagram. So, very first step is you have to draw single line diagram from the data provided to you. Then you have to convert that single line diagram into its equivalent reactance diagram. I have shown here reactance of generator, reactance of transformer and location of fault. To draw the reactance diagram, it is a equivalent reactance diagram of a single line, whatever you have drawn in a first stage. The next step is calculating percentage reactance. Friends, generally reactance is represented either in percentage or in per units for simplification of calculation. If you are considering impedance or reactance in terms of ohm, then your calculation becomes somewhat complicated. It takes much more time to simplify symmetrical fault current calculation process, and that is why we are considering reactances in terms of either percentage or per unit. What is percentage reactance? This is defined as the percentage of the total phase dropped in the circuit when full load current is flowing through it. So one formula is given here. Percentage reactance X, percentage X is equal to current I into reactance in ohm divided by full load voltage, where I is full load current, X is reactance in ohm per phase. Remember, we are converting everything per phase instead of three phase, and V is phase voltage. Percentage reactance can be expressed in terms of kVA or kV. So we are able to convert or represent your percentage reactance in terms of either kVA and kV. So to convert it into percentage reactance in terms of kVA and kV, we are having simple procedure of conversion. I am considering here reactance X is equal to percentage X into V divided by 100 into I. So previous formula I have converted into this one. Now just for simplicity or for your understanding, you can note down it in your notebooks. Then next step is multiplying numerator and denominator by V. So you will get simplified term as x is equal to percentage x into kV square into 10 divided by kVA. Therefore, your percentage reactance in terms of kVA and kV is kVA into x divided by 10 into kV square. Please note down all these things in your notebook, so it will become easy to understand as well as to solve different numericals. Next point is short circuit current. Now what is short circuit current? If your voltage, phase voltage is there, phase reactance is known to you, then you can easily find out ISC, short circuit current, is equal to V divided by X. Now as I am saying that percentage reactance is important for calculation, or per unit reactance is very important in calculation, we are representing this X in terms of percentage. So you will get short circuit current I in terms of percentage reactance like this. ISC is equal to full load current I into 100 divided by percentage X. Please note down all these things in your notebook. Now in calculations of short circuit symmetrical fault current, base kVA is one term. What is base kVA? It is percentage reactance depends on kVA rating of the equipment. Just now you have derived it in terms of kVA and kV. So your percentage reactance depends on kVA rating of the equipment. For simplicity, common kVA known as base kVA is considered. Now consider any power system. So we are having different components, just like different generators having different ratings. So their kVA rating or MVA rating is different. We are connecting transformers. Again, its kVA or MVA rating is different. So if so many different components are there, and if you are trying to find out fault current, it is become very tedious job for you people to calculate short circuit current at different kVA ratings, at different MVA rating. So it is better to consider one base, and for that we are considering base kVA in symmetrical fault current calculation. So how to select it? Base kVA is selected by three different ways. Either by considering sum of all kVAs of the system component. So if there are n number of components, you can add all kVAs together and you can consider that total or sum as a base kVA. Second, highest kVA rating amongst the element can be taken as a base kVA. Just consider one example. If your kVA rating of generator is 1000 and transformer is having 500 kVA rating, so either of these you can consider highest kVA rating amongst these two elements. So 1000 kVA is higher one, so you can consider 1000 kVA as a base kVA for your calculation, or any arbitrary value can be considered as a base kVA. Now short circuit current kVA. So during fault, how to calculate short circuit kVA? After calculating short circuit current, the next step is calculating short circuit kVA or short circuit MVA. So how to calculate it? The product of normal system voltage and short circuit current at the point of fault expressed in kVA is known as base kVA. As you know, ISC is equal to I into 100 divided by percentage X. So short circuit kVA in three-phase system is equal to 3 into V into ISC divided by 1000. Therefore, short circuit kVA is equal to 3 into V into I divided by 1000 into 100 divided by percentage X. So short circuit kVA is equal to base kVA into 100 divided by percentage X. Please note down all these things in your notebook. After calculating short circuit current, the next step is calculating short circuit kVA or short circuit MVA. and for that base KVA rating and short circuit percentage X is going to help you. So let's summarize all steps which we have already covered in solving numericals on symmetrical fault. First, you have to draw single line diagram representing all components of the given system. Then put all details of each component in this diagram. So you have to note down all things related to that component in the power system. Choose base KVA or base MVA and convert all percentage reactance to base KVA or base MVA. Next step is draw reactance diagram. So after calculating all percentage reactance to base KVA, you have to draw reactance diagram. Find total equivalent reactance up to fault point. So next step is after getting all reactances, you have to make the summation. Find total equivalent percentage reactance up to fault point. Find full load current corresponding to selected base KVA at a fault point. By using formula, you are able to find full load current corresponding to selected base KVA at fault point. Then you have to find out short circuit current, it is ISC, which is our aim. We want to find out symmetrical fault short circuit current. So that is what you are able to find at this moment or at this particular stage. And the last stage is finding short circuit KVA or MVA. So all formulas which you have derived up till now are going to help you to find out short circuit current and short circuit KVA rating. Thank you.